So I'm gonna share the principles that I live my life by. 4 years ago, my consciousness really expanded. The first book that came to me that made me realize the power of the brain, and this is just the brain now that we'll talk about, how your brain is malleable, how a habit is not more than a bunch of neurons together that they already know how to fire together. So that's a habit. For example, my chronic procrastination habit. That's just a bunch of little neurons stuck together, and they know how to fire together to get me into the same old mood. I learned about the brain, how you can really shift it and make it different. How? By repetition of new knowledge. This is why I read so much, and I'm always listening to videos on YouTube to really expand even further. But I realized through reading that book that there's something called neurogenesis, neuroplasticity, and this is when you stop entertaining a habit. There's a term called pruning, where the networks literally fall apart, because since you're not entertaining that habit anymore, then a new habit has to be formed, and new neurons come together to form a new habit. And of course, the new habits should be positive for you. That's why we're trying to break away from the old self and bring in the new self. As you start making new neurons in your brain, your body is gonna have to go through like a realignment phase, and it's gonna have to go through a withdrawal phase, because your body's addicted to all those chemicals that the old habits used to release. It's used to norepinephrine, a cortisol, the stress hormone. It's used to epinephrine, flight or fight. So all of a sudden, when your brain is already entertaining a better, more positive outcome and habit and programmings and conditionings, your body's gonna wake up and say, what are you doing to me? Send me my old chemicals. I want to feel depressed, and I want to feel down, and I want to feel lethargic, and I want to feel that I'm a procrastinator. Yes, I do. And that's just your ego. And that's when we have to get mind and body into one. And that's where we talk about alignment. And how do you align your body? Well, the only internal GPS that we have, guess what? It's our emotions. But a lot of you run away from emotions. A lot of you feel something, you're like, oh, it means this is wrong, and it means I can't live here. No, bad emotions, low vibrational emotions are truly just a way of saying, hey Annette, pay attention. You want something else. Instead of like really focusing all the energy into, I don't like this, and maybe I shouldn't be a dentist, and why do I have to go into work, and oh my God, the patients drain me, and oh my God, the mouth is so small, and I just want to talk about quantum physics. Instead of going that route, you have to go through the route of, okay, dentistry is a platform for me that showed me how afraid human beings are, and dentistry showed me how a real smile is not just about teeth. A real smile is about that smile from within, that emotion that people put behind that movement of muscles and the show of the actual tangible teeth. And it showed me that I wanted to speak deeper than just flossing and gums and bleeding. I wanted to talk about what makes you stop that internal bleeding, what makes you like, how do I floss away all that old plaque that you have in your soul? How do I get so deep that you can truly get to that bliss spot? And I realized that I had to go that route just by listening to my emotions. I kind of dwelled for a little bit on why this and why, but until I really wasn't happy just embracing the bad feeling, I didn't get to transcend to just making it clear for everyone at the office that I was truly out as a practicing dentist. I'm a visionary for the office, but I'm out. I'm here. I'm a consciousness coach. I'm here to uplift you. I'm here to teach you everything that I taught myself in the last 4 years. I'm here to give you books. I'm here to customize stories that I've gone through and connect the dots to your own story. I'm here to dig into your life, and I'm here to have you become a vulnerable, open book, a transparent, happy soul. But for that, you need to understand there's the power of the brain, which with your focus, you get to rewire. It takes repetition, it takes time, it takes discipline. And it's your emotions. How do you get to feel what you choose to feel? If you feel bad, that's just you letting your body run the show. You have to become the master of that body that's been so addicted to all those old chemicals that weren't serving you. So if we apply the law of attraction here, the law of attraction is like a boomerang. What you put out there, it comes back. But what do we put out there? It's all a vibrational frequency. Everything in life exists in a wavelength. A wavelength. Imagine we're in Honolulu. It's a wavelength, an invisible wavelength, just like the radio waves are, like the microwave waves are. You don't see it, you don't touch them, but you don't even say they're not here. You know they're there, but you don't even think it. Well, imagine your emotions, your thoughts. Your thoughts have their own wavelength. This is measured. This is science-based. We're not talking anything that is not really tangible in the books, and not in the regular books at school, but in the actual research books that they're already out there. It's hard to put them through mainstream media, but someday, eventually, soon. But if your thoughts have a wavelength and your emotions have a wavelength, when you match the wavelength of emotions and thoughts, you're gonna have what we call like a signature imprint, a vibrational imprint that goes out to the universe. And the match to that will be the experiences you're gonna have in your life. So let's say you're having thoughts of, oh, I'm a procrastinator, and I'm a procrastinator, and I'm a procrastinator, and then inside I'm like, oh yeah, I'm never gonna be free of procrastination, and well, that's just the way I am, and blah, blah, blah. Those are low vibrational thoughts and emotions. So that's my electromagnetic fingerprint. And as a result, all these situations that will make me procrastinate will show up, like having a baby that maybe wakes up right when I'm about to hit play, having a crazy dog that I have to put outside because otherwise there's no meditation time, there's no like sitting down to write or read, he just gets on me and I'm completely taken off focus. So there's pretty huge laws at stake at all times, and you are creating as much as I'm creating. But are you creating deliberately? Are you creating what you want in your life? Well, guess what? If you are not, it's because you're letting the automatic mind and the automatic subconscious emotions run the show. So how do we change that? Well, number one, use every single minute that you have in the day. Commuting, showering, cooking, cleaning. Listen to higher consciousness leaders talk. Read books. Listen to music that uplifts you. And focus into realigning those emotions. Like, think of an Invisalign or think of braces. They align your teeth. Well, we need to put braces on our emotions. We need to realign, and we need to understand that we have control over our feelings. If we're feeling down a morning and we're feeling lethargic, let's what? We can snap out of that and we can say, I want to feel amazing, and I want to feel happy, and I'm actually happy. All of a sudden, you start getting dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin, all the happy hormones released into your system. But if you wake up and you go with the flow because you think this is the way I feel, so therefore this is the way I have to just like continue the day, like, no, then you end up the day feeling just as you felt the day previous to that. So here we're rewiring our brain, we are aligning our emotions, and we are constantly thinking of that future fantasy that we want so bad. We can't look at the present judging what's still not there, what hasn't manifested. Because guess what? What you have going on right now in your life, you created it yesterday. So today, we're creating tomorrow. And this is all well explained in quantum physics. And this is why I love to teach you guys quantum physics. Everything exists, as I said, in a wavelength. From me, the distance between you and me, it might feel and look empty, but it's full of entanglement, full of wavelengths, full of energy. So our focus, our consciousness creates. When you put your focus onto something, is when a particle, an atom shows up. If you take away your focus, reality is not there. It literally is not there. So how do we explain this? How do we apply it? The only way to connect to the quantum field of all possibility is in the now. The only way to create a future that you want is using the present now to think, feel, and act as who you want to be in that future. You have to think, act, and be what you want to be in the future. it's not good enough anymore to just think positive. It's not about thinking positive, because like, guess what? That's your conscious mind. The subconscious mind, the emotional brain, the limbic brain is what runs the show. And guess what? That limbic brain, subconscious emotional brain, got formed the first 7 years of your life. All the programmings that your culture put in you, like me, I'm Cuban, I was born in a communist country, and my subconscious core tells me there's not enough of a lot. You're not, you're not a tourist, you're just a Cuban and communist, so you really don't get to have a lot. And that's what I fight back every day. Because yeah, I was born in Cuba, but guess what? We fought for our freedom, and here we are. Yeah, I'm not a millionaire, and I don't need to be a millionaire, but I do deserve to be financial free, and I do deserve to have the life that I like, and I do deserve to become a success in my online business and help people find their true inner source of energy and to realign every second of the day. I'm obsessed to realigning myself. I'm obsessed to getting back to that high happiness place. And I just hope and wish and truly expect you to be as obsessed with your own journey. Because if you don't get to align yourself every day, every second, every minute of the day, there's going to be a misalignment that's going to continue to create in your life. And that's where, accidents can happen, because you're just thinking of all the bad things, or your job does something that you don't like it to do to you, or your boss is an ass to you. I mean, all these bad things truly happen because as a response to the energy that we put out there. The heart has the biggest electromagnetic field that we project from the body. The brain has way smaller than the heart. So it's all about the emotions, okay? You can think all you want, but if you don't put your behind it, if you don't put that feeling behind it, there's no motion in the universe. The universe responds to emotion. So you make motions in the universe if you make motions within yourself. That's why meditation is such a good tool, and I should do it more than I say I do. Sitting down in the quiet peace and just observing without judgment, like all the automatic thoughts that come in and out. Mastering your mornings is mastering your life. Waking up, taking time to stretch, a full body stretch in which you really truly like realign the spine while you slept and you woke up like this. Then you get a hot tea, and get your incense going and make an intention for the day. This day is gonna be amazing. Sun, thank you for the amazing day ahead of me. Let's rock it out. Let's attract good clients. Let's have our marketing rolling out. Let's have our website done. Let's have my partner love me so much today because I'm so in tune with myself. Let's have my mom not getting my case because all of a sudden she just sees me smiling and she doesn't really care to bother me. Let's just have the world be a mirror to how we feel. And that's really how it is all the time. And we could do this and blame. But you know what I do when I'm about to do this? It's all about this one. I get to say how my outside world is. So every time I'm always like looking at my outside. If something is out of whack, I know there's something out of whack inside of me. Because from the quantum field, it explains everything happens internally before you can see it in the external world. Everything it's a possibility. It's a subtle, non-existent possibility until it starts dancing, getting more dense and dense into reality. So when your reality is already formed, go inwards and create a new reality. Practice. But guess what? Put your emotions behind it. If we don't put the emotions behind it, there's not going to be a change. There won't be a change. So what are you working on? What are the blocks that you're trying to release? What's your biggest obstacle? And what are your results? I'm really interested in your results. What's the biggest result you're working on today? And what's the biggest block that's kind of stopping you from reaching to that goal? So open up, talk to us. Let's learn. Remember, we're all mirrors of each other, and your journey might be the answer that I'm needing for my own journey. So not because I'm here leading this group means that I know it all. I don't at all. I know a lot of knowledge, conscious knowledge, but again, remember, the application is what truly changes your life. So if I could just talk and no, but I don't apply it, it doesn't matter. So I want to see you advance, and I want to advance with you, and I want to help you advance. And if you're, advancing helps my advancing, then Life is beautiful. I'll see you later.